Tessa Laston, who is the president of the local chapter of the NAACP. Tessa, one of the things, and I know you've been out and about today, one of the things that we have seen and heard about are the number of communities, volunteers that are out and about today. Yes. Taking part in cleanup, whether or not there was really damage from what happened last night, but they're really taking part in cleaning up communities.
I think that's great, and we should have more of that. Sometimes I've noticed during my years of working in the community and when I was in management at a housing authority that when we plant flowers and have cleanliness, then a lot of times people just don't stand on the corners. They respect the cleanliness, and they can't stand there, or they don't stand there. So I think if we do some cleaning for the summer and plant flowers, I think people will respect their corners better. I think it would enhance the community. So I'm thankful, and we also going to help. We just had someone to call us and say they would donate us brooms and bottles of water if we want to give out to the people who are helping. So we're going to wind up being engaged in that activity.
Based on what you know and here on the ground, etc., what do you think is the expectation for the next tonight, tomorrow, next couple of days?
Well, I hope none of the young people come out and do what they did yesterday, because I don't want any of them locked up or hurt, and that's not going to solve the problem for Freddie Gray or no one else that's ever been to come to death by the hands of the police. I want people to protest. They have the right to do that, and I participate in that type. But looting and stealing is not going to be the answer. Now we have 30-some people in jail that probably some of them will get out with maybe no charges, or some will get a record, and then they're going to need help.
200 people.
Oh, it's 200? Oh, well, last time...
Latest update.
Well,
right?
Thank you, Jane. The last time I heard it was 30-something. I didn't hear about that.
Right, 201, actually.
Oh, crap.
Yes,
but the thing about it is that, you know, they're doing things for the right reason, most of them. And I participated last week up in front of the Western District Police, and I was so proud of the community, and everybody was saying, just chanting, we want justice, and that's what we want. And so to go out and go to Mondawmin and do that. And, you know, I was telling someone else earlier, a lot of the corner stores let a lot of people come in and get food or bread or milk, and they don't have to pay. They get credit.
I know what you mean. Like voucher system. Yeah, credit.
And they get credit.
Put it on my bill.
Yeah,
right.
And they don't have to pay it. And I talked to a lady this morning. I called her to ask her something. She said, well, I'm off today because the store I work in got looted. So her minimum wage job is gone, and it won't be recovered until she either finds another job. So that means Friday she won't get a full paycheck. She might get 2 days, so she won't be able to meet her needs in her home for her children. So that's a minimum wage job. The job is gone, and the community doesn't have a store on the corner. So that's the ripple effect that we've done to our own community. And I was a teenager when Martin Luther King died and got assassinated, and some of those stores did never come back. And some people don't want to invest. I was so proud when Target came to Mondawmin. I was so proud that
so were we, because we're really close to it.
Right, you can get there. And so everybody comes to Target at Mondawmin. I see lots
Absolutely.
of friends. So it's a good store, good location, good parking. They have excellent parking. So I don't want any of those stores to be fearful that they can't be in the city in a location like that. That's the only Target that I know of is in the city. You know, there's other neighborhoods that are trying to get a Walmart, and now they're going to, I just left a meeting with the governor, and you know, he's trying to get businesses to come in and grow jobs. And you can't grow jobs and grow community when people somewhere in corporate America are saying, well, can we chance that community, or they're going to burn our store up every time they get angry. So we got to change. This morning, I don't know if you know, I just opened up a satellite office, and that's right, I told you about it. And so we had lots of people there from different organizations, fraternities, faith-based. All of them are going to be coming, and the national NAACP came, and the lawyers will be working out of there to help with expungement, to talk about what to do when the police stops you. So we'll be started doing a lot of work, and we're going to be flushing out flyers, letting people know what we're going to do. And the Governor Hogan just said he's going to give me some resources from the state to add to that.
All right, Tessa Laston from the local NAACP chapter, and we've been
so
in touch a lot.
Thank
so, you know, we'll
you.
continue to do that.